Hi, everyone. This is Sabrina Dhami with your 13-hour update on this Tuesday afternoon. It is January 17th. And if you've looked outside, maybe you've stepped outside, you probably have noticed it's a little rainy, a little yucky out there. So let's bring in meteorologist Paul Cayano and talk about how this afternoon is going to pan out for you. If you have plans this afternoon, any chance for maybe some slippery roads, Paul?
I think absolutely, Sabrina. We've gotten reports of some slippery spots, especially the untreated surfaces. We've seen this rain/snow mixed variety of precipitation coming through over the last 60 to 90 minutes. And in areas that are 30, 31, it's icy out there, especially the slippery spots. We've got some reports out of Schoharie County, portions of the Helderbergs, and even into the greater Capital District. Let's take a look outside right now. Sabrina, if you can go to Max 2, I'm not sure if you have that control, but if you can, we will look at the area around Saratoga Springs. If you can't, then we'll just go with this first warning live Doppler radar. You're seeing the spotty precipitation.
Paul, I'm sorry. It looks like it's not allowing me to switch it today for some reason on you.
Okay. So we'll go with this, put that up full screen, and I'll operate the computer that you're on, and we'll take it from there. And you'll see that the precipitation on the first warning live Doppler radar, it's not filling up the whole area. It's just light and spotty. So if I can move this, we'll see. Let's see if this will allow me to move this Max 1. Yeah, so it's going to be on a show that I'm not really interested in. But this is important because the temperature around the area is close to freezing. 32 right in Albany, Schaghticoke 31, Schuylerville, Glens Falls, Chestertown, all 31. The bottom line is that when this rain falls into an air mass that's cold like this, we get some icing. And that's why, at least heading into the next hour or so, we're going to be concerned about some slippery travel on untreated surfaces. With this coming through in the middle of the day, stands to reason that the DOT is out there. I was just outside. The roads here in Menands are salted and wet. They're not icy. However, in spots that don't get the treatment, certainly we can look at some slick spots. And you know how it goes, right? You're on your way back from work and everything is fine. And you get on one of these ramps and it wasn't treated and it starts to be icy. So that's what we're going to look for this afternoon in spots. Again, not a major deal. I'm going to leave this temperature up because I don't know if I can get back to the radar. I can. Okay, good. Behind this, it looks drier out to our west. And because of that, I'm not expecting this to be a prolonged situation. And also, temperatures are starting to creep up past 32 in spots. And I think into the evening, we're going to start to see more 33s and 34s. So the bottom line is this is going to be a isolated situation with icy pockets in spots as we go through the next few hours, and then some improvement with drier weather and temperatures in the mid 30s deeper into the night tonight. Going forward, it looks unsettled. Not a lot of precipitation tomorrow, but it will be certainly cloudy and kind of raw with temperatures in the 30s and lower 40s. I think the next best chance of precipitation will be on Thursday. And once again, that can come in the form of a little wet snow, a little freezing rain or sleet, or maybe even just plain rain for some folks. So it looks like an active week, but not particularly stormy in terms of severity. But it's sometimes these little pockets, Sabrina, as we head, especially into the commutes, right? In the morning, right, and then in the evening, that can throw us for a loop because sometimes it's those things around the corner that you don't see that could be the bigger problems rather than, 6 inches of snow, which when it's coming, it's coming.
Right. I mean, like you say always, Paul, timing is everything.
Right.
So even if it's just a small amount, it's when everyone's trying to head home, maybe they're in a rush. They don't have a lot of patience.
Been there.
And they're just gonna blow, past people. And so just keep that in mind if you're heading out this evening.
Yeah, and you can get 90% of the way home and then you turn into your driveway and that's icy. So
right.
It's all about how that pans out for you. So just take it easy.
Yeah. Well, sorry, Paul, I wasn't able to switch that for you. Tech issues with this whole thing, but you're a pro.
We work around that stuff.
You always handle it well. We're going to see you on air, though, News Channel 13 live at 4, Paul. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Another story that we're covering closely, and we followed this last week, a culvert collapse on a busy stretch of Route 7 in Hoosick in Rensselaer County. It caused about a mile stretch of that road to shut down, and it's closed indefinitely until they can figure out how to safely travel over there. So Tiffany Payton covered it last week. She's back out there today. Tiffany, you're really taking a look at how this is impacting people's lives there, how this is impacting to businesses in that area.
Yeah, that is correct, Sabrina. We're here on Route 7 right now in Rensselaer County, and I'm looking at this long stretch of road. And today it was different from Friday. It was dark, so we really couldn't see any crews out. But today we can see crews out working to repair that massive culvert collapse. We can see, a lot of traffic trying to avoid Route 7, and we checked in with some businesses today, and one guy at it's a custom wood shop. He said that it's been business as usual. It hasn't impacted him at all. But we also spoke with another business owner who said Martin Luther King, the holiday, it was supposed to be a very lucrative day for his business, but he did 1/3 of his projected sales compared to 2022. So it's clear that it's impacted people all across the spectrum. We talked to some commuters. One traveler actually said Route 7 has not impacted her travel to work at all. So some people are impacted, some people aren't. We also reached out to the Department of Transportation. We're trying to figure out a timeline of which Route 7 is going to be back open. They weren't available for an interview at this time, but we are working to put a timeline on when this is going to be back open, because we're being told a lot of different information from businesses. So we're really trying to nail down that hard timeline so businesses can get the customers they need. And one interesting thing a business owner told us is that Hoosick Falls is a tourist heavy area. So they really depend on tourists traveling in their cars. And when Route 7 is down, it really impacts their sales.
Yeah, you bring up a good point, Tiffany, because for people who might not be too familiar with that area, it's not like there are a ton of neighborhoods right there or a lot of businesses lining the road, but there are kind of scattered about, and it's a main connector for people from Rensselaer County to go into Vermont. So it's really an important stretch of road.
Yes. And his name is Emil Baker, and that's what he really wanted to make a big point of. When you're depending on those tourists and they open their map on their phone and they say, oh, well, Route 7, that's the main stretch of road we need to take. We can't go that way. That's tons of business he's not getting. So we're going to hope for the best, and I'm going to continue to follow up with the Department of Transportation to get more information on this collapse, figure out what's the cause of it, if they have a timeline of when it will be prepared, so we can get businesses, that foot traffic they're hoping for.
Okay. Tiffany Payton joining us live right along Route 7 right now. So thank you very much for taking a break from what you're working on, Tiff, to get us updated.
Thank you, Sabrina. Always a pleasure.
See you at 4. Another story we're following closely today, and this is interesting, out of Berkshire County. 2 paintings on display at a bar in Pittsfield were stolen right off of the wall. The name of the bar is Methuselah Bar and Lounge. It's on North Street. We actually have some surveillance video from the business. Take a look at that up on your screen right now. There's a reward right now for $1,000 for information leading to the return of these 2 paintings. The artist's name is Edward Pelkey. And Dan Levy, look, right there, that's where the artwork was stolen. Dan Levy spoke with the artist today, and he'll have his interview coming up live at 4. And someone in Mechanicville had a really good Monday, walking away with a Take 5 top prize winning ticket worth nearly $35,000. This was at the Stewart Shop on Park Avenue in Mechanicville. So congratulations to that person and also the shop as well. So that is your 13 Now update on this Tuesday afternoon. I'm Sabrina Dhami. We will have much more, of course, coming up. News Channel 13 live at 4, and more details on those stories we talked about just now. We will see you on air.